Content warning. Some language from the 90s isn't the most progressive. Keep that in mind. I want you to think of a mom from a TV show, a movie, whatever. Got it? Cool. Here's mine. This is Mama. She's a character from 3x3 Eyes. She's the caretaker for the main character before the series starts, and she even gives him the push to really go out into the world. She's stern, she's warm, she's motherly, and she's trans. Queer rep in the 90s was sparse, to say the least. Oh, there were plenty of lisping gays as a point of humor, and I mean, Persona does that today. Every gay or queer character that I can remember wasn't in the show to be subtle. In that respect, Mama was different. She wasn't, "Hi, I'm trans, let me tell you about how gay I am with my homosexuality." No, she was just Mama. I didn't watch Ace Ventura as a kid. I didn't see Rocky Horror Picture Show when I was a kid. Oh, I saw cross-dressing in Looney Tunes, but that was a joke in the show. I mean, there were other jokes, like in Yu Yu Hakusho, where they had a "she's a man" moment with Miyuki, but that wasn't for me. While we can talk about Mulan, and we can talk about him, and there were some gender bendings and some queers everywhere, we didn't have somebody like Mama. And when we first see her, we've already seen a bunch of gays, trans girls, drag queens. We've seen a bunch of queers. We even see the main character, Yakumo, cross-dressing, though he's very explicit that he's not a 90s old term. Yakumo is working at a host bar that is overtly queer in staff, and it can be presumed clientele. And while he is explicit that he's not he's also in good standing with everybody. You know, they're friends. They even prickle him a little bit about if he's switching sides. Everybody's super duper nice to Yakumo. I mean, his co-workers are flirty in that camp gay way where like everybody's like, I'd like a piece of that face. But they're also super duper sweet to Pai. They even give her like a free makeover with a nice little dress, and your boy Yakumo is over here smitten. In fact, the entire bar is like pretty chill until Yakumo gets aggro thinking about his dad. And we don't see Mama until we learn Yakumo's an orphan. His daddy dead, his mama abandoned him, and he ain't got nobody aside from Mama. When we meet Mama, it's after Pai has started crying about finally meeting him. She shows up, very demure, very mindful. She lights her cigarette and drops her first bar in the bar. See, her voice is very rough, intimidating, strong. In Japanese and in English. And for the English dub, they got her voice acted by Keith David. Yes, that Keith David. He really does not turn down a single bag. But I want to analyze the bar scene really quick. Depending on which version of 3x3 you're watching, Mama is saying something to the effect of, "Don't make a woman cry in my club." It's meant to be seen as like a gag, right? You got this intimidating, masculine voiced person called Mama telling you don't make women cry in the club while everybody's either dressed as women or presenting as women. But the show doesn't make a gag out of Mama saying that. There's no ha ha ha, there's no canned laugh, there's no sound effect to say this is a joke. No, it's presented straight, ironically. Mama shows up and she's just Mama. She's in command and she says, "Hey, get up out of here with all of that." So they leave the club and then things go really bad, really quickly. The next time we see Mama, she's helping to take care of Yakumo. See, Yakumo comes back to his house and it's torn apart. And we see her in the same building after Yakumo goes banging on her door. Now, we already knew that she was like his boss, or at least his manager, and she could be his landlord right here, but at this point in time, he's her ward, way more than an employee. We see Mama living up to that namesake again though, because as he's banging on the door, she opens it with the face mask on, the robe on, with the hot shoes. She looking comfortable. She's looking very at home, at her peace, very feminine, and also very maternal because she lights up the ciggy and she says, what's going on, baby? She looks over his house. She's like, you called the police? Are you safe? He's like, I think Pi did this. And she's like, Pi? She's at my place. Yeah, she was passed out. I took her in. Mama plays the role perfectly as a matronly, motherly, maternal figure, right? She hears Giacomo tell his entire story and she razzes him a little bit, calls him an idiot, but also says that he's not a liar. She cheers on his decision by saying, look, this is a small town. You got a big fate in front of you. You got to go towards that. Now, I know being gentle is not exclusive to women, and by any means, you could have a character working at a bar, dressed feminine, that's also feminine at home, and feminine presenting throughout the entire story, exclusively referred to by feminine terms, be a gay guy, right? But that's not Mama. Miss Mama is 100% femme coded throughout the entirety of her 2 minutes on the show. And she's positive in all of those. She doesn't do anything that I would consider to be offensive. She doesn't do anything that I would consider problematic. And for a show that came out in the 90s, I think it was a very respectful way to have her, you know? Now, I do wish that she had more of an impact on Giacomo, as far as like in other shows you'll see people get flashbacks and they'll remember their mom. But nah, Mama gets treated like Gon's mom from Hunter x Hunter. He doesn't even think about her or bring her up. But that said though, there's not really much about Mama to the show, or in the lore, or even fan fiction. She served her narrative purpose and then disappeared. But her impact on me was far greater than 2 minutes of screen time. In that brief time, I got to love Mama. And I love everything about Mama. But hey, who's your favorite mom from anime? Leave a name down in the comment section below. It's DUN, and I'm done yapping. Deuces.